धरम चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोकैर्भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालय कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Dear devotees, you are welcome for continuity of Bhakti Vedanta study.
Recording in progress.
8th canto of Srimad Bhagvatam. We are starting today the chapter 13. Chapter 13, the description of the current Manvantar and the upcoming 7 more Manvantar. And one day of Brahma, which is called Kalp, there are 14 Manvantara. So, up till 6 Manvantara till now we have discussed. Up till 6 Manvantara, the Manvantara in which there is a churning of the milk ocean. Now, the first 6 verses describe about the current Manvantar, which means 7th Manvantar in which we are living. Verse 8 to 36, second section describe the rest of the 7 Manvantar which are in future going to come. So Shukdev Goswami is speaking, Sri Shukovacha, Manoro Vivasvataha Putraha. The 7th Manu is son of Vivasvataha. Vivasvat is the name of sun god, which we have in our Bhagavad Gita. Now his name is, one of his name is Shraddha Deva, and second name is very common, Manora Vivasvataha Putraha Shraddha Deva iti Shruttaha, known. Saptamo Vartamano Yasa Tada Apatyani means his sons. May Shranu, hear from me. So Sudha Goswami said, present Manu, who is named Shraddha Dev, is son of Vivasvan. Therefore, his other name is Vivasvat Manu. Vivasvat is a name, and the Shraddha Dev is also a name. The predominating deity on the sun planet is Vivasvan. The Shraddha Dev is the 7th Manu. Now please hear from me as I describe his sons. Apatyani. So there are 10 sons of the Shraddha Dev Manu, and these 10 with these 10 sons, there is a solar dynasty, which is the subject matter of 9th canto. There is a description of all these 10 sons of the Manu and their descendant as the solar dynasty. Ikshvako Nabhagaschaiva Drishtaha Saryati Evacha Narishayanto Athanabhagaha Saptamoho Drishta Uchyate Tarushaschaha Prashadharacha Dashmoho Vasuman Smartaha Manoravavasvatasya Ete Dasha Putraha Parantapa. O King Parikshat, among the 10 sons of Manu are Ikshvaku, Nabhaga, Drishta, Sharyati, Narishyanta, Nabhaga. The 7th son is known as Dishta, and then the Tarusha and Prishadhara, and the 10th son is known as Vasuman. So most of the sons have their descendants in 9th canto in first 12 chapters. In the last 3 chapters, descendant of Ikshvaku and the description of Lord Ramachandra, and there is a Nimi Maharaj. So these are the all. In 9th canto, you will get the description of all these 10 sons of Vivaswata, which is the solar dynasty. And then lunar dynasty, Chandra, Surya Vans and Chandra Vans, these are the Kshatris. So the Chandra Vans is different. And I can just, for the sake of information, I can tell you this the one. O king, among the 10 sons of Vivasvat Manu are Vivasvatasya ete dash putraha Ikshvaku nabhaga drishtah sharyati narishanta nabhaga saptmo drishtah tarusha prishadhara, and 10th is Vasuman. In 10th canto, you will come across another name, one name, Maharaj Vivasvat Manu wanted son and his wife wanted daughter, so he was born as a daughter, and then Manu said, no, I need son, so Vasishtha has transformed the gender, and then he became a son. Sadamanyu was his name, and this Sadamanyu, on a horse, he roaming around went to the 11th verse in the Jambu Deep where Lord Shiva and Parvati lives, and any male comes there, he becomes female. So there the horse become male and the Sadyamanu become girl, now by name Illa. When Illa was wandering around there, in the other places around the Jambu Deep, other verses, the Buddha, son of moon god, had a Gandharva marriage with Illa, and then by their union there come a son by name Purarva. And this moon dynasty started from Moon Atri, son of Atri is Moon, Moon's son is Buddha, and Buddha's son is Purarva through Illa. And this from Purarva, then Yayati, and this continue like that. There is a mixing of the two. When this Sadamanyu become girl, then Vasishtha was asked to find out where the boy is gone. He found that boy is in Lord Shiva's verse, 11th verse. So he requested Lord Shiva that, oh, he is our parents. Now he has become girl, what can we do? Shiva says, I cannot do anything. So do something that I can only give the blessing that 15 days he will remain boy and 15 take girl. So they said, this will not continue. The lineage of the sun god, so then the other 10 sons are there. So there is this, the 9th canto has this further description. Now, what is the next after the Manu and his 10 sons? What is the Aditya Vasvo Rudra Vishwadevaha Marudganaha Ashwinaha Rishabharajan Indra Tesham Purandara. So who were the demigods and who was the Indra? who is the Indra now in this seventh Manvantar? In this seventh Manvantar, O king, Adityas, the Vasus, Adityas, say 11 Aditya. The Vasus, there are 12 Aditya, 12 is the incarnation. Adityas means son of Aditi, Vasu, Rudras, and Vishwadevas. The Marutas, the 49 Maruta, and the two Ashwini Kumar brothers, and the Ribhu are the demigods. Their head king, Indra, is Purandar. Now the king is Purandar. And these are the demigods ruling this Manvanta. The word Devata should be supplied, okay? Now what this says, who is the incarnation of this Manvanta? Kashyapo Atrihi Vashishtasya. Now these are the 7 rishis of this Manvanta. Kashyapo Atri Vashishtasya Vishwamitro Ath Gautamaha Jamad Agnihi Bhardwaja Iti Sapta Rishyah Samrataha. So in this 7th Manvanta, these are the 7 sages. Kashyap, Atri, Vashisht, Vishwamitra, Gautam, Jamadagni, Bhardwaj are known as the 7 sages. Now who is the incarnation of the Supreme Lord? Atrapi Bhagavan Janmaha Kashpyad Aditi Adhbhutta Adityanam Avataro Vishnu Vaman Rupadrika. In this Manvantara, the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared as the youngest of the Adityas, known as Vaman, the draft. His father was Kashyap and his mother was Aditi. So this is the description of the 7th Manvantara. Now, verse 7 to 36, description of future Manvantara. So verse number 7 describes Sankshepto Maya Uktani Saptah Manvantrani Te Bhavishyani Attaha Vakshami Vishnuho Shaktya Anavittani Cha. I have briefly described to you the position of the 7 Manus. Now I shall describe the future Manus along with the incarnation of Vishnu. And these incarnation of Vishnu are Manvantara avatar. So verse 8 says, Vivasvataschaha dvai jaye Vishwakarmaha sute ubhe Sangya chaya cha Rajendra Ye praga abhite tava. O king, I have previously described in the 6th canto the 2 daughters of Vishwakarma named Sangya and Chaya, who were the first 2 wives of Vivaswan, the sun god. Trityam Vadavan Eke, and the 3rd wife was Vadavan. Tasam Sangya Sutastriyaha Yamo Yami Sharda Devas Chayascha Sutam Shano. Now, it is said that the sun god had 3rd wife named Vadava. Of the 3 wives, the wife named Sangya has 3 children. Yama, Yami is Jamuna. And Yam is Yamraj, Yami is Jamuna. And Shardadev, just we have discussed the 7th Manu. Now let me describe the children of Chaya, the other wife of sun god. Shavarnis taptihi kanya bharyaha samvaranyascha ya Sanischarsa trityoho adhbhuttaha ashvinoho vadavatmajo. Chaya had a son named Sharvani Manu. He is going to the 8th Manu, Sharvani. And the daughter named Tapti, who later became the wife of King Samvarna. Chaya's 3rd child is known as Sanichar, the Shatrun. So, There are 2 sons and 1 daughter to the Chaya. The Vadava gave birth to 2 sons, namely Ashwani Kumar. The doctors are Vaidya for the demigods. Now, Ashtame antarha ayate shavarnihe bhavita manoho nirlokaha vrajaska adya shavarnihi tanaya nirpa. O king, when the period of 8th Manu arrives, Sharvani will become the Manu. Nirlok and Virjaska will be among his sons. Srila Prabhupada's purport is only, I think, for 2 verses or 3 verses in the whole chapter. The present reign is that of Vivasvat Manu. According to the astronomical calculation, we are now in the 28th yuga of Vivasvat Manu. Each Manu lives for 71 yugas, and 14 such Manus rule in the one day of Brahma. We are now in the period of Vivasvat Manu, the 7th Manu, and the 8th Manu will come into existence after many millions of years. But Shukdev Goswami, having heard from the authorities, foretell that the 8th Manu will be Sarvani, and that Nirmoka and Virjaska will be among his sons. Shastra can foretell what will happen millions and millions of years in the future. Tatra devaha sutapaso virajaha amritaha prabhaha tesham virochana suto bali indro bhavishyati. In the period of the 8th Manu, among the demigods will be Sutapas and Virjas. So Sutapas and Virjas, so these are a group. And the Amrita Prabhas, so these are the groups of the demigods. Like Aditya are 12, Ashwani Kose, Marutas are 49. So these are the groups of the demigods. O king, the king of the demigod Indra will be Bali Maharaj, son of Vrochan, where is now his son? So there's a little description of this in 2 verses. Datve manam yachamanaya Vishnuhe yah padatriyam Radham indraha padam hitva tata siddhim avapashyati. So word Siddhi, Srila Prabhupada is taken and given purport on the word Siddhi, means perfection. Bali Maharaj gave gift of 3 pieces of land to the Lord Vishnu, and because of this charity he lost all the 3 worlds. Later, however, when Lord Vishnu is pleased, because of Bali Maharaj giving everything to him, Bali Maharaj will achieve the perfection of life. So on perfection, Srila Prabhupada is writing words perfection. Bhagavad Gita says, Manushanam sahasram kvastit yatati siddhaye. Out of millions of people, one may attempt to achieve the success in life, and this success is explained here. Radham Indra Padam Hitva Tata Siddhim Avapashyati. Siddhi consists of achieving the favor of Lord Vishnu, not the yoga siddhis. The yoga siddhis, Anima, Lagima, Mahima, Prapti, Prakamya, Ishitva, Vashitva, and Kamya Vasaita are temporary. The ultimate siddhi is to achieve the favor of Lord Vishnu. So, when we speak on this verse, Manushanam Sahasreshu, then Siddhi, then we can give example of Siddhi, Bali Maharaj, and how somebody can really get perfection when he get favor of Lord Vishnu, and how one can get favor of Lord Vishnu when he is completely surrendering everything at the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. So this is something for verse number 3 of chapter 7 material. Verse 14. Yo asau bhagavata baddha pritenaha sutale punaha nirvesito adhikehe swargad adhuna sate swarar eva. With the great affection, personality of Godhead bound Bali and then install him in the kingdom of Sutal, which is more opulent than the heavenly planet, Maharaj Bali now reside on that planet and is more comfortably situated than Indra. So there are 3 types of heavenly planets. Somebody can comment on that? Yes. Three varieties of heavenly planets are described in the Bhagvatam. Anybody can?
There is the Swarga, then there's Bhoma Swarga, then Bilva Swarga.
So one is a Deva Sarvaga, which is where the Lord Indra resides. And what are the 2 other?
Bhoma Swarga.
One you said Bhoma Sarga, and what is that?
Like the 9 verses.
All the 9 verses which are in the Jambu Deep are called Bhoma Swarga, the heaven on earth.
Yeah.
And the third is called?
Bilva Swarga, subterranean heavenly planets.
Yes, but Bilva Sarga, the Sutal is a Bilva Sarga.
Yeah.
Sutal is a Bilva Sarga. And then we have a 4th in Bombay, we have heaven on earth. In Juhu, heaven on earth we call. So 3 Swarga, everybody, please always remember there are 3 description of 3 heavens in the Bhagavatam. And of the 3, this Sutal is more opulent than even the heavenly kingdom of Lord Indra.
This Bilva Swarga, this does not get sunlight, right?
Usually there is no sunlight there. I think to anybody else to say something. This Bilva Sarg is description somewhere in a, where is that? Subterranean planet where the demons live, and the demons have no fear of anybody except the Sudarshan Chakra.
I think the snake, the hoods, the money on the head of snakes is what lights up the
Yes, snakes have their jewels. Okay. So somehow this is the 3 type of heavenly planet. This I wanted simply to give you information. That's it. Now, Bali is residing there now. Now, the Galvo Dipatiman Ramo Drona Putras Kripas Tatha Rishi Shringaha Pita Samakam Bhagavan Bhadrayanaha Ime Saptarishyaha Tatre Bhavishyanti Swayogata Idanima Sate Rajan Swe Ashrame Mandale. O king, during the 8th Manvantar, the great personality like Galva Rishi, Deepatiman, Parusram, Ashwasthama, Kripacharya, Rishi Shringa, and our father Vyasdev, the incarnation of Narayan, will be the 7 sages. For the present, they are all residing in their respective ashrams. So these are going to be the 7 sages for the upcoming 8th Manvantar. Verse 17. Deva guhyatah saraswatyam Sarvabhauma iti prabho sthanam purandarada dhritva balyahe dasyat ishvara. In the 8th Manvantar, the greatly powerful personality of Godhead Sarvabhauma will take birth. His father will be Deva Guhya and his mother will be Saraswati. He will take the kingdom away from Purandara, Lord Indra, and give it to Bali Maharaj. So he will shift the Manvantar at that time. So he will be the incarnation, Manvantar incarnation for 8th Manu.
The kingdom comes back to Bali Maharaj. That's what it means here.
It means the heavenly kingdom which now Purandar is ruling. Now Purandar will retire from there and Bali Maharaj will ascend to the heavenly kingdom as Indra.
I see. Earlier he had it different way. Now he will get it officially.
Now he is in Sutalok, Bali Maharaj, and is waiting there. When his time comes, then the Supreme Lord at that time, Manvantar incarnation, Sarvabhauma will come and he will install Bali Maharaj as the Indra and Purandar will retire.
Bali Maharaj is going to be so old.
He is living in Sutalok. That's the one line purport by Chakravarti Pad. Right now, Bali Maharaj is in Sutalok. And I think there are two more stories connected to the Bali Maharaj in Sutalok. Anybody remember? One is from the 10th canto of Bhagvatam and one is from some story of Ramayana. Anybody recall?
The Vasudeva is engulfed by the serpent and then he goes to the...
No.
No, that.
Krishna Balaram went to pay obeisance to Mother Devaki and she said, "Oh, you brought the dead son of your spiritual master. I want to see my 6 sons which Kans has killed." And both brothers went to the Sutal Lok and Bali Maharaj received them and they asked how we can serve you, Bali Maharaj. When asked, they said, "We need the 6 sons of our mother. She wants to see them." And then these 6 children, they were at that time in Sutal Lok because they were the Daityas. So Krishna Balaram brought those 6 children and Mata Devaki, out of affection, has a milk in her breast and she fed milk to them and that was prasad of Krishna. So they got back their position in the heaven as the son of Marichi. You remember this story? Anybody has read this story in Bhagavatam?
Yes, it is in Krishna also.
Right. This is the story. The other story from Ramayana is after the Kumbhakarna and Meghnath was killed, Ravan went to Bali Maharaj for help that you are our leader from the last many years. Now I am in trouble. So please help me. He said, "Who is fighting with you?" He said, "2 boys, Ram and Lakshman, son of Dasrath." Then Bali Maharaj said, "Come on, I have one triangular mountain of gold. I heard you have once lifted the Himalaya mountain. If you can lift this golden mountain and take with you, then I will help you." So Ravan tried to lift that golden triangular mountain in the courtyard of Bali Maharaj and he could not. He said, "It's impossible." Then laughingly Bali Ram Maharaj said, "This is one earring of our great grandfather Hiranyakashipu. He has 2 such." And this same Ram at that time Nrsimhadev has tear open his stomach. "So will get lost, I cannot help you." This is the one story told. In untold stories of Ramayana in Mayapur sometime, one of Prabhupada's disciples, which is in a small book form I read in Mauritius at Kashyap's house. It was photocopy. Also,
any way to invite Bali Maharaj here to the Sankirtan festival?
Yeah, he is still there. And 6 months
Can you invite him?
and 6 months Lord Vishnu goes there and become a doorkeeper there. He is living in right now in Sutal Lok. If we have some access, we can go and meet Bali Maharaj. He is waiting to be next Indra. Some other stories are also connected with this. Lakshmi went to the Sutal Lok and tied the Rakhi to the Bali Maharaj and said, "No, you give me charity." He said, "What do you need?" He said, "My husband is here as a doorkeeper, please release him. I have to take her back." So there are many stories about Sutal Lok and Bali Maharaj and many people visiting there. Navamo, now the 9th Manu. Navamo, दक्ष सार्वणि मनोहो वरुण संभव भूत केतु दीपत केतु इति आद्यास्य श्रुता नृप. O king, the ninth Manu Sarvani, who is born of Varuna, among his sons will be Bhuta Ketu and Deepita Ketu. I don't know this Varuna is a demigod, Varuna is some other Varuna. Born of Varuna, was this much only is information. (19) Para marichi garbhadaya deva indro abhuta smrta द्युतिमत्तः प्रमुखास्तत्रः भविष्यन्ति ऋष्यः ततः. In the ninth Manvantar, the Paras and Marichi Garbhas will be among the demigods. The king of heaven Indra will be named Adhbhut, and Dyutiman will be among the 7 sages. Ayushmato Ambudharya. In Sindh, province of Pakistan, there is a desert which is continuous with the desert of India. So I am in the middle of the desert. So somehow there is a net here. So we are going back to our verse 20. Rishabdev, a partial incarnation of Supreme Personality Godhead, will take birth from his father Ayushman and his mother Ambudhara. He will enable the Indra named Adhbhut to enjoy the opulence of 3 worlds. Verse number 21. Dashmo Brahma Sharvani Upashloka Suto Manuho Tatasuta Bhurishenadhyah Havishya Mattah Pramukhaha Dvijaha. O son, the son of Upashlok known as Brahma Sharvani will be the 10th Manu. Bhurishena will be among his sons, and Brahman headed by Avishman will be the 7 sages. Avishman Sukritah Satyo Jayo Murtistada Dvijaha Shvasanha Viruddhadya Devaha Sambhuta Sureshwara. Avishman, Sukrita, Satya, Jaya, Murti and others will be the 7 sages. The Svasanas and Viruddhas will among demigods, and Shambhu will be their king, Indra. Verse 23. Vishvakeshino Vishumanto Sambhoha Sakyam Karishyati Jatasvam Sena Bhagavan Grahe Vishwasrajo Vibhuho. In the home of Vishwavarshta, a plenary portion of Supreme Personality of Godhead will appear from the womb of Vishuchi as incarnation known as Vishwakshena. He will make friends with Shambhu. So Shambhu is going to be the Indra. Manorvai Dharma Swarehi Ekadasham Atmavan Anagatas Sutascha Satya Dharma Adhyah Dasha. In the 11th Manvantar, the Manu will be Dharma Sharvani, who will be extremely learned in spiritual knowledge. From him there will come 10 sons headed by Satya Dharma. Vyangamaha Kamagama Nirvana Ruchyaha Shruvaha Indrascha Vaidritastesham Rishyaha adhya, the Vihangama, the Kamgamas, and Nirvana Ruchis, and others will be then the demigods. The king of the demigod Indra will be VIHE, and the 7 sages will be headed by Aruna. Aryaksha sutattatraha dharma seto iti smritaha vaidhritayam harera ansaha trilokim dharyaschati. The son of Arakya, known as Dharma Setu, a partial incarnation of Supreme Personality of Godhead, will appear from the womb of Vaidhrita, the wife of Arakya, and will rule the 3 worlds. Verse 27. Bhavita Rudra Sarvani Rajan Dvadashmo Manoho Devanupadevascha Deva Rishishtha Adhyaha Suttaha. The king of the 12th, O king, the 12th Manu will be named Rudra Sharvani, and Devan Upadeva and Deva Sreshta will among the sons. Ritadhama cha tatrindro devascha haritadhya rishyascha tapomurtis tapasvya agnihi dharakadhya. In this Manvantar, the name of Indra will be Ritadhama, and the demigod will be headed by Haritas. Among sages will be Tapamurti, Tapasvi, and Agni Dharaka. Verse 29. Swadhamakyo hare ansaha sadvyasyati tanmanoho antaraham satya sahasrasha sunirtyaha suto vibho. From the mother named Sunirta and father named Satyasaha will come Swadham, a partial incarnation of Supreme Personality of Godhead. He will rule the Manvantara. Tanmanom Anantram means during the Manvantara. Satyasaha is the father. Verse 30. Manustrai udash Manustriyodasho bhavyo deva savarani atmavan chitrasena vichitradhya deva sarvani dehaja. Dehaja means son. The 13th Manu will be named Deva Sarvani. So there are Sarvani, Brahma Sarvani, Indra Sarvani, Daksha Sarvani, Deva Sarvani, and he will be very advanced in spiritual knowledge. Among his sons will be Chitrasen and Vichitra. Dvaha Sukramaha Sutramaha Sangya Indro Divispatihi Niramokaha Tattva Darshadhyaha Adhyaha Bhavishyanti Rishyastada. In the 13th Manvantar, the Sukrama and the Sutram will be among the demigods. Divaspati will be king of heaven, and Nirlok and Tattva Darsha will be among the 7 sages. Devahotrasya tanya upaharata divaha sapteha yogeshwaro harera anso vratyam sambhavishyati. The son of Devahotra, known as Yogeshwar, will appear as partial incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His mother's name will be Brahati, and he will perform activities for the welfare of Devapati. Devapati is the Indra of this Manvantar. Devapatre Indrasya Upaharta Upakarta. 33. Manorva is... yes?
These will all be called Manvantara avatars?
Yes, these are all Manvantara avatars. There are 14 Manvantara avatars, and there are some other also assisting. That will be in the next chapter. They are all Manvantara avatar, you are right.
And there could be many more incarnations.
Yeah, in between the Manvantara, there will be Yuga avatar also, there will be Guna avatar, and there will be some other empowered incarnation also in that time. Yes, yes.
And Leela avatar also.
Right. But they are, and what is their function in next chapter we'll do today. Manorva Indra Sharvani Chaturdasham Eshyati Oroh Gambhiraha Buddhaya Indra Sharvani Viryajas, their sons. The name of the 14th Manu will be Indra Sharvani. He will have sons like Uru, Gambhir and Buddha. Pavitras-chakshusa deva suchirindroho bhavishyati agnirbahu suchi suddho maghadha adhyan tapasvinaha. The Pavitras, the Chakshusha, will be among the demigods, and Suchi will be Indra, and the king of the heaven. The Agni, Bahu, Suchi, Shuddha, Maghad, and others of the great Ashtradi will be the 7 sages. Tapasvina means sages. 35. Satrayanasya tanayo bibradhanostada harihi vitanayam maharaja kriyatantum vitayita. The King Parikshit, in the 14th Manvantara, the Supreme Personal Godhead will appear from the womb of Vitana, and his father's name will be Satrayana. This incarnation will be celebrated as Bradha Bhanu, and he will administer spiritual activities. Rajans Chaturanugata Mitakalpo Yuga Sahasra Paryaya. O King, I have now described to you the 14 Manu appearing in past, present and future. The total duration of the time ruled by this Manu is 1000 Yuga cycles. This is called Kalpa, one day of Brahma. So here the end of this purport. The 14 Manvantara end Parayaha after the 1000 Yuga cycle, and this is the end of this chapter. And this chapter, the next chapter has hardly 11 verses. We will finish this, then we will discuss something what is left earlier and something which in future we may need to discuss. So I am reading the purport. This chapter describes duties allotted to Manu by Supreme Personality of Godhead. All the Manus as well as their sons, the sages, the demigods and the Indras, act under the order of various incarnations of Supreme Personality of Godhead. At the end of every Chatur Yuga, consisting of Satya, Dwapur, Treta and Kali, the sages acting under the order of Supreme Personality of Godhead distribute the Vedic knowledge and thus reinstate eternal religious principle. Manu's duty is to reestablish the system of religion. Manu's son executes Manu's order, and thus the entire universe is maintained by Manu and his descendants. The Indra are the various rulers of the heavenly planet, assisted by the demigods. They rule the 3 worlds. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who also appear as incarnation in different yugas. He appears as Sanak, Sanatana, Yagnavakya, Dattatreya and others, and thus he gives instruction in spiritual knowledge, prescribed duties, principle of mystic yoga and so on. As Marichi and other, he creates progeny. As the king, he punishes miscreant, and in the form of time, he annihilates the creation. One may argue, if the all-powerful Supreme Personality of Godhead can do anything simply by his will, why has he arranged so many personalities to manage? How and why he does this cannot be understood by those who are under the cultures of Maya. Chakravarti writes in the 14th chapter, the duties of the 6 persons appointed during the 14 Manvantras are explained. Verse number 1, Sri Raja Uvacha. Manvantreshu Bhagavan Yatha Mano Adyastvaime Yasmin Karmani Te Yena Nyuktastada vada swame. Maharaj Parikshit inquired, O most opulent Sukadeva Goswami, please explain to me how Manu and others in each manvantara are engaged in their respective duties, and by whose order are they so engaged. Sri Rishi Uvacha Manvo Manuputrascha Manyuscha Mahipate Indraha Surganastaiva Sarva Purusha Shashnaha. Sukadeva Goswami said, Manus, the son of Manus, the great sages, the Indra, and all demigods, O king, are appointed by Supreme Personality of Godhead in his various incarnations, such as Yajna. Where you have heard this word Yajna?
Yajna is the name of an incarnation of Lord.
In the beginning of this chapter, there is a description of Yajna, and of a Yajna as a son of Akuti and Prajapati Ruchi. Right?
Yes, likely.
You can recall that? The three daughters of Swayambhu Manu, Devuti, Akuti, Prasuti. So Devuti and Kardam Muni, 9 daughters and 1 son. Then Akuti and Ruchi Prajapati, Yajna and Dakshina. Right? Yajna and Dakshina, right? Swaha. Yajna and Dakshina.
Yes.
Yajna and Dakshina. So Yajna was adopted by Swayambhu Manu. And this Yajna was the incarnation of that Manvantara. And something also about this Yajna. This Yajna becomes once a Indra when there was no eligible person to become Indra. When Rishabdev was ruling. And this Yajna saved the Swayambhu Manu when demons were attacking him. Are these some things you can recall from Bhagvatam about this Yajna? Yes.
Who says the Swayambhu is the name is Yajna Murti? Is it the same as a Yajna?
Yeah, because this says, that's it, see what it says. O king, all these are appointed by Supreme Personality Godhead in his various incarnations, such as Yajna. So these are the Manvantara incarnation. So who was the Manvantara incarnation in, say, by now you have started in the 8th canto, say 4th Manvantara, this Gajendra Moksha is in a 4th Manvantara, right? 6th Manvantara is a churning milk ocean. Which Manvantara was the Rama Vaikuntha? These are the different Manvantara. 5th Manvantara, right? So there is some incarnation in each Manvantara. Who was the incarnation of first Manvantara? They are in the earlier cantos. So I think we have the list of these 6 right now, the 6 upcoming, including the 7th. The previous 6 Manvantara. If somebody can do a little more work, find out the 6 personalities in each Manvantara. Who is the Manu? Who is Indra? Who are the demigods? Who are the son of Manu? And who is Manvantara avatar? And who are the demigods? Or 7 rishis. So in all, Manvantara is like that. Say first Manvantara we can say Swayambhu Manu. Who were the sages? Who was the Indra at the time? Who were the son of Manu? We know 2 sons of Manu and 3 daughters of Manu. Swayambhu Manu has 2 sons and 3 daughters. We know the whole, their descendants. Then who were the Devatas? Who were the demigod at that time? And who was Indra? And who was the incarnation of God? Yajna was the incarnation of God, if I recall. But then who is the second Manu? And who was the Indra then? So do little research, okay? Is that all right? We continue?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, because this list of these 7 is with us. We can have the list of the 6 more. We have 8 now. We have with us 7th Manu, 8th Manu, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we have the list of 8. So we need 6 more, then it's going to be 14. And we have some here also incarnation. Ajit was incarnation and 6 Manvantar we know. To complete the list, it is necessary. The form of Lord who control our yajna and other manvantar incarnation. So yajna is control our yajna and other manvantar incarnation. It means yajna is manvantar avatar. It will be written like that. Yajna was son of Ruchi and Akuti, and he become the Manvantar avatar for first Manvantar. It should be like that.
Prabhupada writes in Chaitanya Chaitamrita, he says in Adilila, the names of 14 Manus are as follows. He gives the list of 14 Manus in the purport.
And then we should get also the 5 other personalities in each Manvantar. So you read the name, let everybody enjoy. Really?
I just texted it.
Okay.
The names of 14 are Swayambhu, Swarochicha,
Swarochiya?
and the Uttama, Tamasa, Raivata, Chakshusha, Vivasvata, Savarani, Daksha Savarani, Brahma Savarani, Dharma Savarani, Rudra Putra, Rudra Savarani, Ruchya, Deva Savarani, and Bhavtaya or Indra Savarani. Savarani means Prabhuji what? Oh, they are all sons.
Most of them are Savarani. Usually the word Savarani is coming for upcoming Manus, not it was for those who are already gone, right? From 8th onward they are Savarani. The first Savarani is son of sun god. And Tamas and Uttam, they are also son of, I think somewhere they are son of sun god as far as I can recall, but we can do, these all names are there in our different earlier cantos. We have to recollect all those.
Yeah.
Savarani, 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 Savarani.
Savarani is the 8th Manu. His name is the 8th.
Only
Manu.
Savarani is 8th, and then the Savarani added with some adjective.
Yeah, for all of the future ones.
Right. We have to find out the meaning of this word Savarani for more clarification. Savarani spell is S-A-V, Sa, V-A-R-N-I.
Prabhuji, I have Sanskrit dictionary. It is said in the meaning of Savarni is Athve Manu ka Matri Parak Naam. That means the name of 8th Manu which belongs to his mother, because
this is Savarni
his
was the
mother's
mother of
name
the
is
first Lord.
Savarna.
Savarni Manu,
Is
also
Savarna.
known as Dharma Savarni Manu, is the 8th Manu. The first name of an age, man of age known as Manvantar in Hindu mythology, born of Surya, the sun god, and Chaya. So this is the only speaking about Savarni Manu. But what is this word? Surya Savarni Manu. Manu Wikipedia. Why it's called Savarni?
It kind of means belonging to a specific or particular caste. Savarna, Savarani.
Manu, Sanskrit.
Yes, Prabhuji.
I checked.
Is a term found with various meaning in Hinduism. Early texts refer to Savarni. Sa means along Varani. Dakshavani, Indra
supposedly it is given as Savarni means son of Vishwaswan and Chaya.
That is very simple. That is the name of that first Manu. But why the others are called like Savarni? Why the word Savarni is used for others? A good question. Keep in parking. Let us finish this and then we'll see what we can do. Yagyadyo yaha kathitaha purushastanvo nirpaha manvadyo yogat yatraham nayanti abhi prachoditaha. O King, I have already described to you various incarnations of Lord such as Yagya. The Manus and others are chosen by these incarnations under whose direction they conduct the universal affairs. So Manus execute order of the Supreme Personal Godhead in his various incarnations. So Manu select these other 5 personalities. Basically he select number 1 Indra, number 2 Manu, and number 3 7 rishis, and number 4 some demigods. Then Manu's sons will be born from Manu and his wife. And these are the 6 personalities of each Manvantara. This verse explains the incarnation who control. Manvantara incarnation. Verse 4. Chatur yugante kalena grastan shruti ganan yatha tapassa rishyo apashyan yato dharma sanatana. The dharma sanatana, Prabhupada has a purport on this word dharma sanatana. Chatur yugat ante. So when the 4 yugas are over, after Kali Yuga, before the next Sat Yuga start, all the Grastan Shruti Gana, all the Vedic codes and occupational duties, they disappear. Grastan. Then Tapassa Risho Apashyam, these the rishis who are the seers, they re-establish the Sanatan Dharma. So Prabhupada is a very nice purport on this verse. At the end of every 4 yuga, great saintly persons, upon seeing that eternal occupational duties of the mankind have been misused, re-establish the principle of religion. So function of the rishis, 7 rishis, is to re-establish the Sanatan Dharma. I think we have read earlier, it's Satya Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Treta Yuga and Kali Yuga. What is the sequence actually? Sometimes we say the overlapping sequence, Dwapar comes earlier than. What is normal sequence? Anybody has the clear understanding of this?
Project this current cycle, there was switch happened. That's what Sukadeva Goswami mentions.
Yeah, so in this verse, the word Dharma Sanatan are very important. Sanatan means eternal, Dharma means occupational duties. From Satya Yuga to Kali Yuga, the principle of religion and occupational duty gradually deteriorate. In Satya Yuga, the religious principles are observed in full without deviation. In the Treta, however, these principles are somewhat neglected and only 3/4 of religious duties continue. In the Dwapar Yuga, only half of the religious principles continue. And in the Kali Yuga, only 1/4 of the religious principles, which gradually disappear. At the end of the Kali Yuga, the principle of religion or the occupational duties of the humanity are almost lost. Indeed, in this Kali Yuga, we have passed through only 5,000 years, yet the decline of Sanatan Dharma is very prominent. The duty of saintly persons, therefore, is to take up seriously the cause of Sanatana Dharma and try to re-establish it for the benefit of the entire human society. The Krishna conscious movement has been started according to this principle. As stated in Srimad Bhagvatam 12.351, Kale doshe nidhe rajan hayasti eko mahaguna kirnade Krishna sya mukta sangha param brajeta. The entire Kali Yuga is full of faults. It is like an unlimited ocean of faults, but the Krishna conscious movement is very authorized. Therefore, following in the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who 500 years ago inaugurated the movement of Sankirtan, Krishna Kirtan, we are trying to introduce this movement according to superior order all over the world. Now, if the inaugurator of this movement is strictly follow the regulative principle and spread this movement for the benefit of all human society, they will certainly usher in a new way of life by re-establishing Sanatana Dharma, the eternal occupational duties of humanity. The eternal occupation duty of the human being is to serve Krishna, Jivera Swarupa, Krishna Nitya Das. This is the purport of Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana means Nitya or eternal, and the Krishna Das means a servant of Krishna. The eternal occupation duty of human being is to serve Krishna. This is sum and substance of Krishna conscious movement. This verse describes the action of the sages. Yataha means by which Vedas are re-established. Now verse number 5. Tato dharmam chatuspadam manavo harina uditaha yuktaha sancharyanti adha swe kale mahim nirpa. Thereafter, O king, the Manus being fully engaged according to the instruction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead directly re-establish the principle of occupational duties in its full 4 parts. It means the sages, they give the knowledge of the Sanatana Dharma, and Manu as the executive will institute that under the instruction of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Manu re-established Dharma principle in the 4 parts. So what are the 4 parts? Prabhupada writes, Dharma or occupation duty can be re-established in its full 4 parts as explained in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita 4.1 says, Imam vivasvate yogam proktam aham avyayam mano avyavam vivasvan manurikshvakve abravit. I instructed this imperishable science of yoga to sun god Vivasvan. Vivasvan instructed the Manu, and father of mankind. Manu in turn instructed Ikshvaku. This is the process of disciplic succession. Following the same process, the Krishna conscious movement is teaching the principle of Bhagavad Gita as it is without deviation all over the world. If the fortunate people of this time accept the instruction of Lord Krishna, they will certainly be happy in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted everyone, at least in India, to become the preacher of this mission. In other words, one guru and preach the Lord's instruction all over the world for the peace and prosperity of humanity. But still, the Manu established Dharma on the earth. So what are these 4 parts? In full 4 parts. Dharma or occupation duty can be established in its full 4 parts, which means like in Satya, because Satya Yuga starts, so it should be all 4 parts. But it should be, how it should be established? It should be established through parampara. 4 parts means Satya, truthfulness, Daya, mercy, Tapasya, austerity, and purity. These are the 4 parts of the Dharma. I think we know these 4 parts of the Dharma from first canto, and also there is a little difference, but ultimately it's going to be these 4. Anybody else has to say something about this 4 part? Palyanti prajapala yavada antam vibhagashaha yagna bhaga bhujo deva ye chaha tantran vitascha tahi. To enjoy the result of sacrifice, yajna, the rulers of the world, namely the sons and the grandsons of Manu, discharge the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead until the end of Manu's reign, and the demigod also share the result of these sacrifices. So the function of the Manu Putra is to establish the to accept the share of the yajna, and same function of the demigod is to also share the result of these sacrifices. So who will establish sacrifices? Manu. On whose order? Rishis. And who will take the share? Demigods and Manu Putra, something like that. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 4, to evam parampara praptam rajrishyo vidul. This supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciple succession, and the saintly king understood it in that way. This parampara system extends from the Manu to Ikshvaku, and from Ikshvaku to his sons and grandsons. Rulers of the world in this line of hierarchy execute the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the parampara system, anyone interested in peaceful life must participate in parampara system and perform yajna. The Gauriya Vaishnava is the parampara system of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We must perform sankirtan yajna all over the world. Yajna hi sankirtan prahis yajna yajanti hi sumedasaha. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the incarnation of Supreme Personality of Godhead in this age of Kali, and he will be easily satisfied if the sankirtan movement is spread vigorously all over the world. This will make people happy without a doubt. So, what about anybody has some more idea about the parampara? Are we actually coming in this parampara which is written here? So there is a list of the parampara in the Bhagavad Gita where there is no name of Arjun or Ikshvaku. Somebody has to say something?
This is Raja Rishi Sampradaya, yeah? Like sort of, it goes from the rishis and the kings, but the actual writing down is done by the acharyas. The message is given to the kings. But it is noted down in the books by Vyasadeva or so on and so forth.
So, Advait Prabhu, you are showing there are two parampara, Rajrishi parampara and Rishi parampara. Rajrishi parampara at different times get disturbed, but the Rishi parampara continues. Therefore, Rishi parampara at the end of every 4 yuga impart this knowledge to the ruler Manu, who is going to start the parampara, because that is going to be completely distorted at that time. It makes sense now?
Because, Prabhuji, one humble comment, because the knowledge is not really lost. Krishna says it appears to be lost.
It appears
because
to be...
it appears to be lost. Yeah, it is not really lost. It is there because it's Vedic knowledge.
It's called Sanatan Dharma.
Because of the succession is broken. Yeah.
The meaning of lost is the people knowing that knowledge are no more living. Number 2, people misinterpreted the original knowledge, therefore it is misguiding the people. These are the 2 explanations. What is the meaning of parampara broken of Raj Rishis? There are no Raj Rishis who are very much well versed in the Vedic knowledge, number 1. Number 2, during the period so many people has commentaries on the scripture which are deviant from the original thought. And Prabhupada has used this second as a most important cause of loss of knowledge, mainly misinterpretation. Right? So rishis are there, they have this knowledge, and they come in each manvantara, they in this manvantara, after every 4 yuga, these rishis, they again re-establish the Rajrishi parampara. We can say like this will be nice. This is the function of rishis, to re-establish the Rajrishi's parampara, which is going to be distorted after every 4 yuga. Right? Rajrishi parampara is disturbed, but the Rishi parampara continues. And we are in a Rishi parampara. So it's clear? Manu's sons protect the Dharma until the end of Manvantara. Their sons and grandsons in their turn, and the Devatas also protect Dharma. And Dharma is Yajna. Verse number 7. Indro Bhagavata Dattam Trailokya Shriyam Urjitam Bhunjanah Pati Lokam Strin Kamans Loke Pravarshati. Pravarshati is an important word. Indra, king of the heaven, receiving the benediction from Supreme Personality of Godhead and thus enjoying highly developed opulences, maintain the living entities all over the 3 worlds by pouring sufficient rain on all the planets. Pravashanti. Pravarshati. Pouring rain. This is a function of Indra. He is the administrative demigod. Not only he poured, but he controlled all the demigods who provide air and other things. Verse 8.
The rain also falls in other planets also.
Yeah, on other planets also. Gyānam chāno yugam brute harihi siddha swarupa drika rishi rupa dhara karma yogam yogesha rupa drika. Now this is something else apart from the Manvantara avatar. Gyānam cha anuyugam brute. In every yuga, the Supreme Person of Godhead, Hari, assumed the form of Siddha, such as four Kumaras. To preach transcendental knowledge, they are Gyāna avatar. They are the incarnation for propagating knowledge. He assumed the form of great saintly persons, such as Yagan Vakya, to teach the way of karma. And he assumed the form of a great yogi, such as Dattatreya, to teach the system of mystic yoga. So, apart from these Manvantara avatar, in the different yugas, there are different incarnations of the Supreme Lord for the different purposes. For transcendental knowledge, for teaching the karma, teaching the yoga, and also something more. Every yuga, the Lord assumed various forms to achieve different purposes, apart from Manvantara avatar. For the benefit of all human society, not only does the Lord assume the form of Manu as an incarnation to rule the universe properly, but he also assumed the forms of teacher, yogi, gyani, and so on for the benefit of human society. This first line is different. It's not Manvantara saying something else. For the benefit of human society, not only does the Lord assume the form of Manu, it doesn't say Manvantara avatar as such, as an incarnation to rule the universe properly. So Manus are also empowered incarnation in that way, and they are selected by Manvantara avatar. But also assume the form of a teacher, a yogi, a gyani, and so on for the benefit of human. The duty of the human society, therefore, is to accept the path of action enunciated by the Supreme Lord. In the present age, the sum and substance of all Vedic knowledge is to be found in Bhagavad Gita, which is personally taught by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the same Supreme God assumed the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, expand the teaching of Bhagavad Gita all over the world. In other words, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, is so kind and merciful to human society that he is always anxious to take the fallen soul back home, back to Godhead. The idea is that apart from these Manvantara avatar, which is for managerial purpose, there are different incarnations in each yuga for different functions. After showing how the Lord performed action through Manus and others, Sukadeva explained that the work is not limited to these 6 types of persons. He now briefly mentioned others who are engaged in 2 verses. Siddha referred to Kumara and other Yogesha and others. And Yogesh referred to Dattatreya and others. Verse number 9. Sargam prajesha rupena dasyo manyat swarat vapo kala rupena sarvesham abhavyaha pratik gunaha. In the form of Prajapati Marichi, the Supreme Personality of Godhead creates progeny. Becoming the king, he kills the thieves and rogues, and in the form of time, he annihilates everything. Therefore, we call the king has he is a representative of the Supreme Lord, Naradeva. And all the different qualities of the material existence should be understood to be the qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the form of Prajapati and other, the Supreme Lord, who has various qualities, create progeny. Becoming the king, the Lord kills the thieves and rogues, and in the form of time, he inherits everything. Every yuga, Lord assumes various forms to achieve different purposes. Prajesh refers to Marichi and others. King refers to Manu's sons. He becomes aging in the form to destroy. Aging is a time. All qualities such as fat and thin, aging and senility arise from the Lord. Stoyamano janaye bhi mayaya nama rupaya vimohitatma bhi nana darshanai natcha darshyate. People in general are bewildered by illusory energy, and therefore they try to find the absolute truth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, through various types of research and philosophical speculation. Nonetheless, they are unable to see Supreme Lord. Whatever action and reaction take place for the creation, maintenance and annihilation of this material world are actually brought about by the one Supreme Person. There are many varieties of philosophers trying to search for the ultimate cause and under different names and forms, but they are unable to find the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, who explains that he is the origin of everything and he is the cause of all. Sarvasya Prabhava. This inability is due to the illusory energy of the Supreme Lord. Devotees therefore accept the Supreme Personality of Godhead as he is and remain happy simply by chanting the glories of the Lord. Since the Lord is able to perform all these activities just by his will, what is the use of all these separate persons endeavoring? Though the Lord is defined by many knowers of the scripture, who are bewildered by Maya with many names and forms, with philosophies like logic, he cannot be seen. This means that though his actions are glorified, the Lord's intention is hard to understand. Last verse of this chapter, I think. Supreme Lord's other expansions for the maintenance of different Manu periods. Etat kalap vikalpasya pramanam parikirtitam yatra manavantrani ahos chaturadasyaha purva vidaha. In one kalpa, one day of Brahma, there takes place the many changes called vikalpa. O king, all of these have been previously described to you by me. Learned scholars who know the past, present and future have ascertained that in one day of Brahma there are 14 Manus. Srimad Bhagvat Mahapuran Sutra Bhashya Eva. I have given the evidence of Recurring division of Kalp, in which scholar describe 14 mantra. And here ends our 14 chapters of 8th canto. Hare Krishna. Yes, sadhu. Now we can discuss something which is already in parking or something which we have discussed today.
Krishna,
Yes,
can I ask a question about this?
yes.
No, previous chapter. I think somebody will ask why Shukadeva Goswami is listing the future manus in such a detail. What is the meaning and what is the use of this listing?
Why Sukdev Goswami is giving the detail of all these future managers of the world, you want to say?
Yes.
I think one thing Srila Prabhupada has written in purport that the scripture, because it is transcendental, it knows the present, past and future. So things which have happened in the past are also described. Things which are going to come in the future are also explained. And what is going on is available to everybody. So this is a Puran. Puran is like a history. And history is usually for the past. But these Puranas are not ordinary histories. They are histories with forecast of the future as well as some teaching from there also. So this 8th canto is mostly describing the subject matter of Bhagvatam, universal management. The universal management is Manvantra. So to explain the Manvantra, he has to say in one day of Brahma there are 14 Manus. Then he has to list the Manu who have already passed. Because he is speaking Bhagavad Sukdev at the end of Dwapar Yuga. Of this 28th Chaturyugi of the 7th Manu, there are 6 Manu already passed. And 7 are more coming in the future. So he is simply completing the list. He has not given the details of all the demigods and son of Manu. He has simply given the Manu a sample of one rishi, sample of one demigod, some Indra and some incarnation, which is scheduled. I think Prabhupada used to say that anybody who claims to be Manu or incarnation in the future, at least we can quote the Bhagavatam and say you cannot be, because you are not befitting into the description which is already there. So this is also a sort of, this is such type of question in Bhagavad Gita, if you remember, why Arjuna is asking Supreme Lord to show the universal form, though he knows that Supreme Lord is, Krishna is Supreme. For the future, that people should not misguide others. So he just asked this question. So Sukdev is explaining this, that in future people not misidentify themselves as Manvantra Avatar or something like that. So this is making the scripture foolproof that what's going to happen in future is also explained. Is this okay, Ekanta?
Thank you, yes.
Sabhi, is there any history or any instance of interaction with the current Manu?
Current Manu is our Vivaswat Manu. We have only his previous life we have in the 6th canto.
Yeah, but I mean in current life, our existing,
I think
Vaishnavas.
We only know about this Manu in Bhagavad Gita that he is in the parampara and his son is Ikshvaku and his sons are now, they were ruling till long time. Prabhupada gave a whole list and a purport about this parampara praptam. So Ramchandra appeared of so many years in this. So this Manu's time, his sons are ruling after one another. So this Manu is still there. And his 10 sons are there. Their sons and their sons and their sons and their sons are ruling. So some of the sons we know, Nabhag, he has done Rishabdev incarnation and the whole description and different control. We have this Ambrish Maharaj will come in this line, and then this we will have more description of these son of 7th Manu in 9th canto. The 12th chapter simply describe the descendant of 7th Manu and their glorious activities of bringing Ganga, Mother Ganga on the earth, and so many other functions during this Manu Mantra. Vivasvat Manu. Where this ruling Manu is in Satyalok, the Manu's the Brahma is in Satyalok, right? Where the Manu is living, he has his abode. We know about the abode of Manu. Something about abode of Manu. There is description of abode of Manu. He is received by his citizens. Where is that? Anybody can say me?
Yes, it's the third canto, how Sampporna Manu comes back home after marriage.
Yeah, third canto, Swayambhu Manu coming to the Kardam along with his wife and Devhuti, and then on the way back he's going, then he's received. So he has he's a president of this planet. Manu is a president of this planet. So where is his office?
Mahishmati, yeah.
Mahishmati.
It's not the
Third
picture
canto.
exactly, is it?
Yes, anybody has? Hare Krishna class. Anybody knows? क्लास है 15 मिनट का पो Hare Krishna. So where Manu rules, we have some questions coming up where the Lord Shiva went to see the Mohini Murti. We have the question which ocean we have come to some sort of understanding which is exactly correct. We have to refer to the scripture which ocean of milk is churned. So similarly we have to, but there is written somewhere where the Manu, it's not in my, right now it's not coming on my tongue or memory. Manu has his kingdom where he has descendants and he lives there. Then Manu with his wife went for tapasya to some place. Like we know Sanyampuri of Yamaraj. We also know Yamaraj he has his office where he lives. So Indra we know in a heavenly planet. So similarly where the Manu, the demigods in heavenly planet, where the rishis are residing. Because they are not here right now, but they are residing in Satyalok or the Tapalok, Janlok, and they will come after the 4 yugas are over to re-establish and then go back there. They are selected from there. So from Tapalok, Janlok, Maharlok, the rishis are living there. And they are coming. They came at the Bhisham Dev's departure, they came at the Parikshat Maharaj's departure. So they are there on these planets, they live. So where is Brahma's planet? Or where he lives, on which mountain? He has a kingdom. Do some little research.
His office is on the top of Meru mountain, but his residence is in Satyalok.
He lives in
in fifth.
So Manu lives, that's Meru mountain is only in my mind, that was I was thinking. But he lives in Satyalok, means he lives with Brahma. Maybe the first son, Swayambhu Manu, was living with Brahma as a son. As the mom.
Maybe it's varied, no?
What?
Because in the fifth canto, in the fifth canto, maybe it's varied a bit because Vaivashvata Manu is in Ramyaka Varsha and he worships Lord Matsya there. And he does it like even all the way from Shushalman Bantara.
See,
and then he becomes.
I was referring to Brahmaji's office, not to Manu's office. Brahmaji's office is on the top of Mount Meru.
And he lives in Satyalok. So where is Brahma's office? Where Brahma where Manu went and he has his kingdom, he is received there well when he reached there. In the third canto we have this. After visiting Kardam Muni, he left back and Kardam was asking about his kingdom, how he is looking after his kingdom. The people actually, he is speaking about the Raj Dharma there. Right?
It's only said that this Bhakishmati is in the place where the hair of Dev's body fell on the ground. That's all. Nothing else is described about this Bhakishmati city.
Which place, Kanta?
Bharishmati.
Yeah. There is no exact depiction. Only the place where the Varaha's hair fell on the ground.
Only place where?
Varaha's hairs fell.
Brahma's hair fell.
Lord Varaha's hairs.
Lord Varaha's hair fell. That place is called Mahasmati.
India.
Oh, Brahma
because Bharhi means hair.
He is a president where he lives. Our president where he lives. Okay, this is something still we have to again come up with some conclusion and concrete understanding. What about Sat and Asat? Radha Kunj, you have yesterday said something, some verses. Can we refer to that again and finalize that thing?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, go ahead.
Prabhuji, that Sat Asat is in verse 1-3-33, Canto 1, Chapter 3, verse number 33. Yat preme sad asad rupe pratisiddhe swasambhita.
1 minute.
So there,
let me
1-3-33.
Let me take out the verse.
Word to word meaning sad asad is gross and subtle.
So verse gross and subtle I told on the first day. This is one meaning, but
Yes.
there are 2-3 meanings of the Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagvatam, first canto. Right? First
Yes, Prabhuji.
chapter?
Chapter 3, verse number 33.
Canto first.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Canto first. Question by sages 3. Verse number?
33.
33. Okay, 33. This is 33.
No, Prabhuji, 33. Yat preme sad asad
No,
rupe.
I am at the wrong verse. I know. I found it. Oh, Krishna. One, 3, 33. Yatra ime sadasad rupe रूपे प्रतिष्ठिते स्वसंविदा अविद्यायात्मनि कृते इति तद ब्रह्म दर्शनम. Whenever a person experiences by self-realization that both the gross and subtle bodies have nothing to do with the pure self, at that time he sees himself as well as the Lord. So here Sat and Asat is as such a gross and subtle body. The difference between the self-realization and material illusion is to know that temporary or illusory imposition of the material energy is in the shape of gross and subtle bodies or superficial covering of the self. The covering takes place due to the ignorance. Such coverings are never effective in the person of personality of Godhead. Knowing this convincingly is called liberation or seeing the absolute. This means that perfect liberation is made possible by adoption of godly or spiritual life. The self-realization means becoming indifferent to the needs of the gross and subtle bodies and becoming serious about the activities of the self. Impetus for activities in general, activities is generated from the self, but such activities become illusory due to the ignorance of the real position of the self. By ignorance, self-interest is calculated in terms of the gross and subtle bodies, and therefore a whole set of activities spoil life after life. When, however, one meets the self by proper culture, the activities of the self begin. Therefore, a man who is engaged in the activities of the self is called gyaan, jivan mukta, a liberated person, even in the conditioned life. This perfect stage of this, I'm reading the whole thing. You want the word-to-word meaning here, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Word-to-word meaning says, satas grass and subtle roop, rupen in the form of. This said grass and subtle, but doesn't explain anything. This is the one meaning of Sat and Asat I know, but the other meaning of Sat and Asat, say cause and effect is different. This is not cause and effect. This is this grass and subtle concerning to the body. So this is a different application of the word Sat and Asat. And in our case, this Sat and Asat is differently is applied to the universe, not to the body. So,
Prabhuji, can we see Bhagavad Gita 13.13?
Bhagavad Gita, I'm going. Okay, Bhagavad Gita now. Yes, Bhagavad Gita.
Prabhu, the Sat Asat is used whenever it is an element that is generated from Sat, which is generated from spiritual, and then it existing because of the Sat. Like the gross and subtle body is generated from Sat. Then the description is Sat Asat every time. And there's another explanation in terms of causality, like the principle of cause and effect. It's two explanations.
So there, at least two are always there. One is for the subtle and gross, and one is for cause and effect. It can be applied also. The subtle body is cause for the gross body. Gross body is the effect of the subtle body. That is also true. So similarly, the gross universal form is a Virat Roop and subtle universal form is a Mahat Tattva. This is also there. But which is Sat and which is Asat? So this is Bhagavad Gita, what you are saying, Bhagavad Gita? Chapter? Radha, Bhagavad Gita?
13. Verse 13.
13. Gayam yattat pravakshami yagyatva amritam ashnute anadimat param brahm na sat uchyate. Yeah, this Sat Asat is different. Sat, the cause, and Asat, the effect. Now if you take this just opposite to what is in our Bhagavatam, this. Am I right? Somebody can open that verse in Bhagavatam where Sat is effect and Asat is cause. Can you see that? Ajay Prabhu, find out that verse which is for discussion in our it's just opposite.
Yeah.
It is just opposite, right?
I'm trying to find it.
Am I right? The first is a sat, which is effect, which is existential, and the next, which says asat, is non-existential. Is this in our book, right?
Prabhuji, but in Gita Bhushan, commentary of Baladev Vidya Bhushan ji, it is same what we are looking for.
But Baladev Vidya Bhushan commentary I have in my computer. Computer disappeared.
Yes.
What is in the computer? It says, or in a commentary it says.
I have only Sanskrit.
So Sanskrit, you know the meaning of Sanskrit?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Go say, tell.
Vibhakta Nam Rupam Karya Avastham Sat. That means Sat is Karya, which is Vibhakta Nam Rup. We can see name, form. And then Anama Rupam Karan Avastham to Asat. That means Asat is Karan and Anama Rupam. We can't perceive it. It has no form, no name. What we are looking for.
So
I think it's the same.
Sat is the perceivable. This is what Baladev Bhujan. I will find out the commentary and see. Okay, right now my computer is gone blank, but I'm sure I can do that. So if we use
And
this,
it is also.
then what about Prabhupada Sat and Asat here? Cause is just opposite then, right? Then Prabhupada's word-to-word meaning and Baladev Vidya Bhushan's word-to-word meaning are just opposite.
I think we can take it from both sides.
How? Prabhupada
I
right,
just
cause and
Sat
effect.
and Asat.
What Prabhupada is saying, what is Sat? That Baladev is saying Asat.
Yes.
And what Baladev is saying is just fitting to what is Prabhupada is saying in this Bhagvatam verse. So there is somewhere something, I don't know what is.
In 1 to 30, in Canto 1st, 2nd chapter and verse number 30.
What is the reference there? 1 minute, let me see what is the reference you are speaking. So Bhagvatam, sorry.
Canto 1.
Canto 1.
Chapter 2.
Chapter 2.
Verse number 30.
3030. Saevedam sasarj agre bhagwan na atma maya sadas rupaya cha asau gunamaya agunayo vibho. Now here word to word meaning Srila Prabhupada writes Sat, the cause, Asat, the effect. Again exactly it is just opposite what we have. Right? Ajay Prabhu, this is exactly verse.
Yeah.
No, this verse is in front of me. I am saying, Prabhupada is saying, Sat the cause and Asat the effect. But what we have in Bhagavatam is just opposite to that.
Yeah, he said Sat is effect, as the effect, and Asat is cause.
I just saw the Tika of Vijay Dhwajji.
And what
I'll find out more.
So what
the exact meaning.
So what the Vijay Dhwaj is saying?
Just a minute, Prabhuji.
Okay.
He is saying Sat Asad Rupaya Vyakt Avyakt Rupaya.
Vyakta.
That means
Sat is vyakta. Sat is vyakta, asat is avyakta.
Yes.
Sat is vyakta, asat is avyakta. Okay?
Yes.
But doesn't say cause and effect. If we take the vyakta and avyakta, then it is perfect. Sat is vyakta and asat is avyakta. Then it perfectly fits into this.
Nimitt Karan Rupaya.
So
Maybe
Nimitt Karana and
Nimitt Karan Rupaya Sad Asad Rupaya Vyakt Avyakt Rupaya.
anyway, let us come back to Vasit Prabhu. Vasit Prabhu, after all this different discussion, what is your understanding now?
I think we have moved a bit yesterday. We have tried to reach a situation that when we discuss about the subtle and the gross, I think the understanding was little better than before, but not very close to conclusion. I think we need to spend a little more time understanding clearly. Let's park it here, Prabhu. In my view, it's not conclusive as yet, but there need to be some more.
These two commentaries,
Exercise need to be done. Some more research need to be done.
The two commentaries Radhika Kunj is quoting Baldev Vidyabhushan and Vidyadhwaj, they are more or less in the same line which Srila Prabhupada has put the words here. So, Vyakta and Avyakta and
Radhika Mataji, do we have the soft copy of this Tika?
I can click photo and then send you.
Send to everybody, let everybody have.
Okay, you can send it in the group, then we'll make the translation of it. Thank you. Thank you.
I think it's more, it's only the trouble is that how a sat can be, how the sat can be non-existential. That's the problem, right?
Yes, right.
You are troubled in the mind. How sat can be non-existential?
Actually, there are two things. One is what you're saying,
right?
And the another is that how sat can emerge out of asat. This is also disturbing.
How sat can come out of asat?
That cannot be. I mean, I was reading from Sandarbha. He says sat can never come from asat.
Yeah.
Because
so
asat is conscious and sat is conscious. Yeah. Impossible. That is impossible. Because
Everything is a different concept. It means these words have a different connotation in a different references. Sometimes it refers to gross and subtle body, sometimes it refers to cause and effect, sometimes it refers to conscious and unconscious, sometimes it refers to material and spiritual world. So these words are differently addressing the different meanings. Now in this case, our meaning is about the, what we were discussing yesterday was the subject of, what was the subject yesterday we discussed? Chapter 12 was describing the Moini Murti, right? Bewildering the, this is what we were discussed. Yes, what was the verse yesterday?
Regarding, it was about Lord Shiva's attraction to
Lord Shiva's attraction. It means Srimad Bhagvatam, Srimad Bhagvatam, Bhagavatam 8th, sorry, Bhagavatam 8 in 8,
Chapter
12 and verse number 9. 9 or 10?
8.
8. Okay, it says Ekastom O. Ekastom Eva. So this Lord Shiva is addressing to Supreme Lord, right? And he's saying,
Yes,
Ekastom, you are one. Sad asad dvayam advayam cha. Sad asad dvayam advayam cha. They are two and they are not two. So, Sharanatam Kirtamant Eha Vastu Bheda, that is the different thing. Now, Asad, which is non-existent, Sat, which is existing as the effect. Ek, only one, Tvam, you, Lord say, Ev, indeed, Sat, which is existing as the effect, as a material world, and Asat, which is non-existent as the cause, which means this Pradhan, Dvayam, both of them, Advayam, without duality, Cha, and Sharvanam, like Swaranam, gold, Krita, manufactured into different forms, Akritam, original source of gold, mind, Eva, like. So now, looking at the analogy, the gold mine is having no form, and gold ornament has form. So the first Swaranam Kirta manufactured into different forms. So uniform manufactured into different forms is Sat. And Asat, which is non-existent, which is like a gold mine where there is no form and root. So this is the word is Sat and Asat taken as a Vyakt and Avyakt. Vyakt and Avyakt. But not matter and spirit, only matter. The two aspects of matter in this case.
Is Dvayam and Advayam, right?
Yeah, Dvayam means two, Advayam means one.
Yeah.
They appears to be two, but they are one. The gold in the mind is
Advayam
same
is
and
in
gold in
both.
the ornament is same. So this Virat Roop is nothing but the manifestation of the our Mahatattva. Mahatattva has manifested into the whole Virat Purusha. So exactly.
So then in that case,
It's a different context completely. It is only referring to the only referring to the material creation. It is only referring to the two aspects of material creation, gross and subtle. The subtle is saying asat as a avyakt, and gross is saying sat, which means vyakt. So here sat should be vyakt and asat should be avyakt. Vyakt means manifested, avyakt means unmanifested.
Yes, Prabhuji.
This is the material creation which is vyakt and avyakt. But the words used are sat and asat. This is the different meaning of sat and asat. It doesn't mean that sat means the spiritual and asat means some material. It's not. It's only referring to the material aspect of the creation, which is both, you can say, which is gross and subtle, or which is the vyakt and avyakt. Manifest and unmanifest. Okay.
I think the example that is given,
Yeah.
that just Swarana.
The analogy first is speaking about the ornament and then speaking about the our mind. So mind is non-existent means you can't see mind. How many of us have seen mind? Nobody. But we have seen so many ornaments. Similarly, we see this material world, but nobody knows where is this Mahatattva. It is in the abdomen of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Avyakt. So the word we use, asat is vyakt, and sat is vyakt, and asat is avyakt, then it's perfect. And it only refers to material creation. It has nothing to do with the spiritual aspect of cause and effect or something like that. Vyakt and avyakt.
In Sanskrit dictionary also, Prabhuji, asat, like one word has many meanings. So asat has one meaning, avyakt.
Asat is vyakt.
Yes.
Oh, this is impersonalistic. Prabhupada made a quotient, I read somewhere. This is the impersonalistic angle. Asat is avyakta. Just build, I don't know how to explain it, but I was reading that yesterday. So when the impersonalists say about asat being avyakta, which means that the material world is non-existent. So that's the impersonalistic angle of explanations from that kosha you may be reading.
No problem. It is temporary. We accept temporary. It's not false. It's avyakt is avyakt. It may be temporary or false. False. It's not false. It's temporary.
They say it's not existent. It is existent and temporary. Yeah.
That is no problem for us. We accept it. It is temporary because it's not existing all the times, but it's not false. That is adjustable. But I think we conclude that here there is a reference to the manifest and unmanifest part of the creation, which is by Lord Vishnu. Which is referred here as Sat and Asat. Is it okay? I think for time being it's okay.
Yes,
We have two references from the two acharyas, Baldev Vidyabhushan and Dhwaj, and here also Vyakt and Avyakt is very clear. And Asat also means Avyakt. So I think we can accept it, but still you want to refer really those who have printed has a clear-cut understanding of this, what it means. It's better to write into brackets somewhere that this refers to this thing. Chakravarti Pad has given us the Vrat and this Mahat Tattva. So effect is Vrat and cause is the Mahat Tattva. Mahat Tattva is Avyakta and Vrat is Vyakta as a material universe. Okay, anybody else has anything to say? I think
Prabhu, there is a verse in the Gajendra prayers, 24 number verse. So in that Gajendra is saying, Lord Vishnu, that you are not the Devta, demon, human, bird, beast, woman, man, neuter, animal, material quality, absolutity, manifestation or a non-manifestation. So you are not even Sat and not even Asat. So it is related to the material world and not the material manifestation.
good. I think we have done a good work at least to try to understand the different meanings of the Sat and Asat in different contexts. Is it okay? I can't see you. My computer went blank, therefore I am going to the phone. Here I am.
Recording in progress.
Hare Krishna. So here I am with you now. I close my computer because I can't see you. Now I can see you. So is it okay? I think we have done before time good enough job to complete. You have again now time to write down the answer to the questions about the question bank, and more discussion we can have on certain days for an hour or so to get things clear if we need. Okay, tomorrow at least we have Gaur Purnima, so happy Gaur Purnima to everybody.
Thank you, Guruji.
This is okay, I think this is all right. And because I am here also in a different country, I have some obligation. I'm stuck every day from 3 till 7. And this is the time to meet people. Yes, Asit, you have to say, anybody has to say anything?
Just thank you that you find time for us.
I'm somehow there's not much to discuss. It's just 6 personalities in each manvantar, and I think simply we have to have this knowledge. There's nothing much philosophically to discuss except Mayani Murti has some philosophy, that's all. Today we have one good purpose, Sanatan Dharma, different meaning of Sanatan Dharma. This was a very good statement. Sanatan Dharma means eternal servant of Krishna. And the Yuga Dharma is Sankirtan. Yajna is what Yajna we are doing is Sankirtan. This is the Rishi's function to re-establish Dharma. So genius way of Prabhupada presenting things with reference to the scripture and practical application in the need. Ji, Archana, was you saying something? Archana Devi Dasi, you said something? You are muted. You are muted.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying.
Okay, Vancha Kalpatrubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Vyayacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namah. Thank you very much. Everybody has done. Ajay has many interesting questions. Advait was doing research. Radha and Ekanta was putting something. Rest have, I think, much more to say maybe in the future. Everybody has to contribute something. We can have some discussion class. At least we will have one more discussion class for all these chapters which we have completed from which 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, how many? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 5 chapters, right? Anybody has any suggestion, or it was not very fast, it was okay?
Yes, Prabhu.
It's okay, Prabhu.
We have covered everything.
Yes.
But not discuss something. We discuss something, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Gaur Purnima ki jai, Gauranga, Gauranga.